Whenever you're building out your brand story online, you need to keep a few things in mind. The main thing being that it's not about you. It's about your ideal customer or your ideal client, whatever you call it. Now, it's about their needs, their wants, whatever they are trying to achieve in the long run. So when you are introducing your offer and when you're introducing this problem to begin with in your content, you need to make it clear to them. And that means even if you have to explain it to them like they're 5 years old. And hear me out, because they may not realize they have this problem yet. So you're introducing that idea into their subconscious. But at the same time, if they don't understand it and it's not clear, then they're not going to buy from you in the long run, my friend. So that's kind of just basic principle of sales communication, is being able to speak the language of your ideal client or customer. Also, you need to make sure you're speaking their language directly to them. Now, if you're speaking in a language they don't understand, not literally like a language, but if you're speaking in a way they don't get it, then of course they're not gonna get it. Now, a brand story is the story you build around your own journey, around your experience, but around your business to help your ideal clients and customers really understand why you do whatever it is exactly that you do, and who you're doing it for. The thing is, your brand story isn't just some long paragraph that you're going to write one time and, insert into your website on the about page and then forget about. No. It should be intertwined at each and every component or each and every touch point of your business and brand. It should, be relevant when your ideal client or customer is looking at your emails, is looking at your logo, they're looking at, all of these different aspects. It should all be intertwined together. When someone asks you what you do, you kind of begin with your brand story, so that each time a new client or customer comes into contact with your brand's touch points or with your emails, with your logo, like I was saying, it should only strengthen your brand story, which should be Now, here are 4 key components that you should include in your brand story to ensure that you create one that captivates, resonates, and intrigues your audience. Now, the first and foremost being a hero, a main character, like someone that influenced either you to make your service or product offer in the beginning, or maybe a situation. It could have been a family member or even an old client. In my personal story, the thing that pushed me to actually start offering my products or services was not only just a love for the industry as I studied it more and more, but was the straw that broke the camel's back, was a situation where I was so unhappy in my work, life and just in my work situation. But after my Aunt Susan passed away, and I remember the day after the funeral, they were like, if you don't want to lose your job, you'll come work your shift. Broke the camel's back. I'm like, why am I putting in so much effort for someone else to be so unhappy to work a 9 to 9, because they had me working crazy shifts. I could put in just as much work and really begin something that is for me and that has purpose behind it. So that was the motivator. Now, the next thing you're going to need, the second component, is your problem or your conflict. Like, what is the problem that needs to be solved? This speaks directly to a problem or conflict you found yourself in and needed to resolve early in your own journey, relative to the story. But at the same time, speaking directly to the problem or conflict that your client or customer or that your audience does not realize that they either have yet, or they realize they have it and they're just trying to find solutions to. So you're speaking directly to a problem or conflict that your service or product solves. The third being the solution, the good part. How does your product or service solve this problem? How did you solve it for yourself? And either early on in your journey, provide that expertise, and that's going to put you in an authoritative position to explain and help them understand the solution as well. And to understand how you have successfully done so in your own journey and how you can help them by leading from experience. Now, the fourth component, and this is really big because it's the mission. Not your why, but your mission. 2 separate things. The mission is something that goes beyond your product or services. It's how does your brand make an impact on your online community, on your audience? Why should a client or customer choose your service or product over the next person's? Like, what really sets you apart and differentiates you from your competition? What really sets you apart? Like, your mission is a way to get really, really specific about your intentions, your actions, and the future of your brand as well as their own, because your mission should reflect when you solve a problem for a customer or client within their business. Once they're seeing results, it should reflect. That should be something you aim to achieve, whether it's making an impact on your specific target audience or your specific, target clients, or whether it's on your community as a whole and helping others to grow from that perspective. So I hope this kind of explains a bit better what your brand story is all about.